Very good. And I think that's very much true what you're saying. And now we're gonna go on to the next half of our chat, our talk, or interview. But before we do that, I would like to ask each of you to see if you can tell us about a current work, a current either book, either a novel or short stories that you can let us know about. I'm gonna start myself so that because I brought the book with me, and I'm gonna show you the image in just a second on the screen. So this is a book written by George Cole, and George Cole is a poet, uh, a short story writer. I think he's working on a novel right now, and he's also a professor. And I received this book just recently, and the title of the book is La Isla que no se va, the island that does never ceases to exist. You know? And it's a book of poetry. And when he talks about the island, he's referring to his homeland, Puerto Rico. And it's a very, I started reading, I haven't finished reading it. But every one of those poems tells a remembrance, a memory of his childhood or his youth years in Puerto Rico. So it's a very something that I would encourage you to read, to look for. George Hall, La Isla que no se va. It hasn't been translated yet to English. I hope it does later on. But you can certainly find it out there. What other books would you recommend? Mario, can we start with you?
I'm thinking about this novel that came in, I guess it was published May 2023. It's called Symbiosis by the Spanish writer Bruno. And I don't know how he pronounces his last name because double L is always something funny. Bruno Puelles or Bruno Puelles in this case, as I would say it. Okay, and the premise of the novel is that in the year 2000, an alien race comes to Earth and they start talking to the government, to people in Rome at the Vatican City. And all in all, what they want to do is that they want to upload themselves into some human beings. So you can be two people at the same time. You can be you and you can be that alien who is going to be living inside you for a while. And everything is fine. People are getting used to this new kind of existence. However, 10 years after that, people start getting killed. They don't know what's going on. And actually, the detective side of this novel, Rodrigo, in your case, is that non-symbiotic people, as they call them, okay, which are the pure humans, they start dying under very violent criminal circumstances. And the police force in Spain and two detectives in particular start developing any this kind of like private investigation because somebody who is very close to one of them has disappeared and they are going to try to solve the crime. And as in any case, when I'm reading crime fiction, and this is me speaking, Rodrigo, what I enjoy the most is that I'm allowing myself to be like the fly on the wall because I'm following exactly what the narrator is telling me, especially when the narrator is the main character, and if it is, especially once again, the detective. But I'm also allowing myself to do my own line of investigation because I'm trying to be the detective. And sometimes I agree with what they say. Sometimes I try to find clues that are not included in the book itself, and at the end, I get to know if I was a good detective or not. So next time you read any work of crime fiction, do it. It's a lot of fun.
That's very good. Excellent. That, by the way, the book has not been translated.
No, not yet.
Okay, good. And then Gabriela, what do you?
Well, I'm thinking. I'm sorry that it's not going to be a crime novel.
No, it's fine.
Okay, or
I
there are
did. I did.
there are no detectives
I
in
did
this novel.
poetry, so.
Wonderful. The novel that I would recommend to you guys, and it's translated now
Okay.
into English. It's called Los Abismos by Pilar Quintanilla. She is Colombian, right? She's Colombian, and it's in English is abyss, right? Abyss. It's just one word. And in this particular novel, we see or the story is told via a little girl. So we see her gaze explaining her environment, how she's growing up, how she is understanding this world. Um, and it talks about a period of growing up, discovery, understanding, understanding what is the role of a woman, what is the role of a girl, right? So it's a very interesting way of looking at an individual again, because I go back to the individual, and what is it to be what it is to grow up in a complicated household. So it's a very good novel. It won recently a literary prize. Was published in 2021, and then again Pilar Quintanilla, Los Abismos, Abyss, recently translated into English. I
Excellent.
highly recommend that.
So we can look for that book. All right. And then what do we have?
Okay. Do you know anything about extreme tourism? I think they hear me.
No, but the machine.
Have you heard anything about extreme tourism? No? Well, here's you're a tourist, you go to Mexico, and you pay for the experience of crossing the border illegally, for example. Okay? Or you go and be kidnapped by a cartel. Okay? Or being attacked by killer bees. People go to Mexico and pay for these adventures.
Is this part of the novel,
Wait,
or is
wait,
these
wait,
things?
wait.
I'm telling you.
Okay.
I think because I was talking about Juan Villor, his work has not been translated enough. But there are two particular books. One is a collection of short stories, Los Culpables, The Guilty, and El Arrecife, The Reef. Both of them were translated and published in 2017. You can find those in Amazon. But The Rift is the one that is that describes the situations that I was presenting to you. Is this about this hotel located in a rift in la Riviera Maya? The owner is a former punk rocker of a Japanese band that his glory years have gone by, and now he built this hotel called La Pirámide, the pyramid. And that is the type of services that he provides. He sells extreme tourist adventures. Within that frame, there will be some stories that will deviate from just the pretend, and it will jump into the real. Okay, so the rift, and that is the novel that I was just describing to you, and the guilty, which is a short stories collection. Those are the two.
That's an interesting lineup of books for us to think about.